Hey everybody, this is Doa, and this is Last Player Standings Open Tournament number 2. This is the quarterfinals, the round of 8, and we've got some pretty exciting players for you this time around. I mean, last time we had a good turnout, saw some good games, but this time the big guns are coming out. We've got none other than Checkprime, believe it or not, spawning as our pink Zerg player in the top left part of GSL Xel'Naga Fortress. His name says Boom Prime, but that's just because he had to use, you know, whatever NA account was available at the time in the Prime clan. So this is Checkprime. Don't get confused and think Boom Prime. He's also in this tournament as well, but this is actually Checkprime. And down over on the lower right is a player that says the ID is Obsidian, but he is actually FXOinori, one of the Korean players that used to be on the team FOU. Remember, FOU became FXO, or became part of FXO rather, a couple weeks ago. So part of the old FOU clan, lived in the FOU house, plays with Choya and all those guys. But he is actually FXOinori. In fact, he's actually one of the team coaches, I heard. I found out. I was talking with FXO Slog, and he told me a little bit about Inori, because Inori actually isn't a player I'd seen that much. So really excited to get to cast kind of a newer player that I haven't seen before. I believe he was actually in GSL Open Season 2, I believe, is the last time we saw him. But yeah, kind of not exactly a newer player, but, you know, I think new to a lot of people. So Checkprime versus Inori, the first map is Xel'Naga Fortress. Gonna have to see how these guys do. This is a quarterfinals, it's a best of 3. So whoever loses this game isn't out. They've got another chance. It's not single elimination, the ultra brutal one game lost and you're out. It's a little bit easier. But the story goes so far, FXOinori over here has not dropped a single game yet in the tournament up to this point. We're starting to cast with the round of 8 for this, and I'm going to be casting actually the entire rest of the tournament. So round of 8 over the next couple days, then semifinals and the finals finally, and then we'll also have a interview with our eventual winner, whoever that might be. And yeah, so I guess you guys have something to look forward to with that. I know I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait to see who won, rather. Two pretty early gas here by FXOinori. In fact, a really early gas. Usually, you know, a lot of times in my experience, it doesn't always mean this, but when you see that second gas below 20 supply, kind of screams DTs at me. That's what I'm kind of feeling from that. So wouldn't be surprised at all to see FXOinori do something like a DT expand or something like that. Still, you know, more or less fairly popular. More or less fairly popular. That was a complicated sentence. Hopefully you guys can figure out what exactly I meant from that. Good luck. Expansion going to be going down for Checkprime here. And Checkprime is one of those players, you know, he's kind of been around the GSL for a long time. Hasn't been doing quite as well lately. We did actually see him get knocked out of Code A a little while ago here. In fact, I'm trying to remember who exactly he lost to. It was one of the earlier rounds. He's still in Code A, I believe. I don't think he got knocked out in the round of 32. Although maybe he did. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know. I shouldn't start talking about that stuff because I have trouble remembering it. And yeah, I was actually talking to about this very topic with Tasteless the other day. And yeah, once you cast so many games, it's just really hard to remember who was in what game and what happened. But oh well, it happens. This probe, I don't know, man. I don't know if he's going to get away. We're going to find out. He's getting close to the base. Will he survive? A couple more hits and this probe is dead. He's going to mineral walk his way through the Zealot, I think. And yes, he does. He does escape. And the Zerglings for Checkprime have to remain hungry, unfortunately. Now, I'm casting these on my laptop, so hopefully the quality ends up being pretty good. I think it's going to be okay, but if not, we'll make adjustments in later games, so don't worry about it. Expansion for Checkprime is getting a little bit higher here. A little bit closer to getting ready to be done. And looks like he's already gotten the Zergling speed upgrade. As you can see, these Zerglings are much faster than they used to be. And here's what's starting to be the expand for Inori. And no tech yet. He does have the Twilight Council, but is he going to add on something like a Dark Shrine? I wonder. You know, he's even got the Sentry parked over here to watch for Overlords and things like this. I don't know. Oh, there it is. I was going to say, I'm feeling Dark Shrine, and there's the Dark Shrine. So it will be some sort of DT expand from FXOinori, so it's not too surprising there. You know, again, if you're a Zerg player or any other verse Protoss situation, you see that second gas below 20 supply, kind of think to yourself, maybe I should get ready for DTs. And if not, I can always just start upgrades. So there is the Expo going down for Obsidian, or rather Inori. I'm going to be doing that a couple times, I'm sure. And yeah, I'm pretty sure Checkprime realizes what's going on. He kind of has a bit of an idea because there's an Evolution Chamber. But, you know, I've been saying it in all my casts lately in ZVPs. We've been seeing so many Zerg players just blindly get an early Evo Chamber now, just because, and really the reason for that is a prevalence of Air Protoss lately. Of course, the whole OGSMC Phoenix Imba thing. A lot of Zerg players have been getting that sort of preventative Evo Chamber just in case, and the side benefit of that is that it also keeps you safe against DTs, so something you see a lot of Zerg players doing lately, not too surprising at all. And yeah, so Spore Crawler going up, he's going to be pretty well prepared. Oh, and actually the Dark Shrine got cancelled. Yeah, I think he kind of knew that something was going on. Let's see, did he see the Evo Chamber? He doesn't know that the Evo Chamber was there. Did the Checkprime somehow see the Dark Shrine? Okay, he did actually get a Zergling in there to see the Dark Shrine. Sorry I missed that, but Evo Chamber does definitely help with that too. So Obsidian instead, or Inori rather, is going to try to go for some Blink, it looks like. Zerglings coming in here. Are they going to be able to cancel the Nexus? Nope, too late. The Nexus finishes. And there's enough sentries there that would be pretty dangerous to keep pressuring with those Zerglings. Run away. Flee. Run. Run away. Oh man, I'm like thinking about Diablo 2 all the time now. Can't wait till the Diablo 3 beta comes out. I want to get in that so bad. I can just spam those buttons at my friends, you know. Flee. Run away. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. This is for you. I miss Diablo 2. I haven't played that in a while. Used to do crazy things like make a Necromancer and max out all the synergies with Teeth, which includes Bone Spear, but then you don't use Bone Spear, you just keep using Teeth, and then you have a Teeth-mancer. So Roach Warren going up for Checkprime. Gonna be pretty safe against whatever Inori's got, possibly. He's got 3 spawn crawlers, he's got a Queen that's not injecting larva, and he keeps pressuring from the front, so he kind of knows what's coming. That's a lot of gateways coming out for FXOinori, though. You know, I would have to think that Checkprime by this time, you know, he hasn't seen any DTs come in, which is kind of a joke because he can't see DTs anyway, but you know what I mean. He hasn't detected any DTs trying to enter his base. So I think to him, or to me at least, that would kind of suggest that there will be something else going, you know, whether that's Zealot speed, but since it's a ZVP, much more likely that it is Blink, and of course Blink has been finished. There it is, the empty spot where Blink used to be. I think we might see a push from FXOinori fairly soon. Have to see how well this works out. Observer and all the other units moving merrily across the map. Of course, he has added on a Robo Bay a little bit. Also adding on the robotics, or robotics, I meant to say robotics facility at first, and then robotics bay after that, of course, going into Colossi. Meantime, let's check out what Checkprime has. Looks like an infestation pit on the way. FXOinori is kind of checking for that third, actually starting a third of his own, instead of checking for the third. You know, and a lot of Protoss players actually prefer to take their third right here, at least as far as the games I've seen. I don't play Protoss, so I guess I can't speak for all Protoss players, but I've seen a third much more commonly here lately. So I kind of feel like this is a little bit risky, but we'll have to see if Inori can hold it. Meanwhile, Boom Boom Prime, a little bit behind in supply right now, 70 to 84. Let's take a look at the worker count. I want to kind of see the correlation there. 53 to 49. Oh, Zergling did just see the expansion there. So there are actually more probes and drones right now. And Checkprime, yeah, immediately sending his Zerglings up to cause a cancel. And I'm pretty sure that Inori's going to have to cancel this. I don't think he can get there in time. Here he comes. And is he going to get there in time? The Nexus is falling very, very quickly. Trying to save it, but no, he does need to cancel. And yeah, Checkprime successfully causing the cancel. And here's the danger, I mean, of building your third right there. It's a little bit risky. Meantime, Checkprime putting down his own third. He's going to need to produce some drones. He hasn't made drones for quite a while now, interestingly enough. Zergling's trying to do a little bit of pressure, but this guy right here, Mr. Colossus, is going to say no to the Zergling pressure. He does quite well against Zerglings, if you're not familiar with Mr. Colossus, or Sir Colossus, if you will. So, Checkprime right now still producing a lot of units, not producing any drones. Again, let's take a look at the income one more time. Yeah, 49 drones. I don't know, he is getting Neural Parasite, which is pretty interesting. Neural Parasite, of course, can be used to take control of the Colossi. He's also getting a Spire. And this is kind of something that we actually see Dongre-gu do once in a while. Dongre-gu, of course, from Team MVP. But he gets that Spire, gets some Corruptors, and then goes for a quicker Hive, and then uses Infestors and Neural Parasite to kind of buy him some time if he can. And he also uses him in combination with the end. Whoa, careful. Checkprime, man, you're going to lose some Zerglings if you're not careful. That's kind of dangerous there. Much safer expansion, getting a lot of cannons up there. Not quite as many as, say, Complexity RSVP would get in expansion, but still a decent amount of cannons. And yeah, guys, just to kind of give you a little bit more information about Last Player Standing's open tournaments, anybody can play. I mean, so just go sign up on their website. The number 3 is going to be coming up pretty soon after this one ends. So yeah, go do that. $500 on the line, 500 Canadian dollars, which is actually worth a little bit more than US dollars right now. So pretty good payout. Might get to play against some top Koreans like Checkprime and Inori here. More scouting Zerglings going about the map. And it looks like there were some drones produced here. Yeah, up to 56 drones. So he's going to get that third expansion a little bit better saturated. Looks like the Zerglings want to try to come up the side for a counterattack, but this is pretty well walled off. Yeah, this Zealot kind of completes the wall off here. Could take down the pylon, but yeah, he's just going to end up losing all these Zerglings, I think. Uh-oh, no, he actually does get into the base.